Hey everybody, my name is Mild. I'm going to be doing a Bloodline speedrun guide. The first thing you're gonna want to do, this is the only time you're going to be able to do it because you can't actually get to the main menu. If you exit while you're in the game, it just closes the game completely. So you want to scroll down here to where you see the item menu, and this is the only one you really have to worry about. At least that's the only one I worried about because you can cycle through the different menus with WASD. But yeah, I changed that to tab because hitting an F key is just dumb. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it because there's a 40-second cutscene in the beginning. One of the first things you're gonna notice is strafing. Strafing is a lot faster. You want to do that wherever possible. But one of the main issues with it is in this game it's super janky, so you can get stuck on objects really easily, stuck on enemies, stuck on fucking everything. So it's something you just kind of have to watch out for. And the way the game is made, you have to pick up key items in every area that you go into. The game literally won't let you leave or exit the area. It'll tell you like you need to learn more about this area. So there's key items that you have to pick up. We start off here, we're waking up in a mental hospital, don't know our name, don't know what's going on, don't know who we are. You empty the sink and pick up an empty syringe. And then you come over here, and I like to open this up, and you'll see this drug. You can't actually pick this drug up until you go into the bathroom and read a book, and it'll tell you about the drug, and then you can pick it up. You'll come through here, get a cutscene, you'll look at a body, a dead body. The dead body is actually holding a screwdriver, and that's what you're going to use the syringe on. The screwdriver lets you open some doors. You go into the bathroom, pick up the book, and the book is going to be the first item in your inventory. So you open up your inventory and press E, and then close your inventory, and you're reading the book. That's all you have to do to actually start to be able to pick this up. You don't have to listen to the dialogue or anything. And then when you open up your inventory again, it should be the first item. So you press E, and then press E, and it will select the syringe with the drug in it. You use it on the dead body, and then you actually have to use the syringe and then pick up the screwdriver. You can kind of miss it if you don't pick it up. And while this door here is opening, I equip the screwdriver, and with this door, if you don't walk all the way in, this door won't close. So you want to use the screwdriver, and when you use it, you walk through the door kind of, so you keep a tight line, and then you just grab the knife instead of walking all the way in. Because if you walk all the way in, you heard it close, like that door closes, and then you have to waste like few seconds, you know, opening it and then opening this door. So that's all you have to do in this area. Literally, the only objective is getting the knife, and then you exit through this door. Okay, another thing I need to talk about. The game is in a different language, technically. It was never released in the US, so there's an English patch. That's why like the tips and items and everything, they're in English, but the game is normally not in English. You're gonna hear like the dialogue and everything. It's in a different language. Subtitles are in English, but this means exit. This is an exit door that like takes you. You know, it says exit right there, but takes you to the next area when you see that symbol. And you're gonna have to look for that symbol in a couple of areas later on because we actually do some blind sections. Like it's completely dark. You can't. The area is not loaded. You know, so you have to look for that symbol. That's the only thing you can see to let you know you're at the end. You get a short cutscene here, and then you want to come through here, and you open these doors and then turn around and close them, because if you don't, another zombie is gonna like wander in here. And I always kill this guy, and I would suggest killing him to start off because he gets in the way and he can block you in and stuff. It'd probably save like at least 5 seconds to skip him if you did it right. But yeah, you kill him, and then you see the screwdriver is still equipped. You want to use the screwdriver on this door. You'll be able to open it. And there's going to be a med kit in this door, and then a well, friendly zombie guy, I guess. But you look at him, and when you look at him, it starts a cutscene, and you want to run to the end of the hallway. That's about as far as you're ever going to get. And then it's going to stop you, and you won't be able to control your character again. But then another zombie is going to spawn here beside you, and you want to open the doors and then close them again, so he doesn't. Never mind, he walks through doors. All right, and then there's another zombie that spawns over there. That was the one. That was the original one you wanted to keep out. You come in this room, and then you pick up the pistol, and then you have to look at that fish tank, and it'll give you this little zoom in. You pick up a key. The key's not actually needed, but it's not needed later on. Like, we use it to get to free up the inventory space, but it's required to get out of this this area. Like the game won't let you leave if you don't. You come around the corner and then you exit through these double doors. And this section here is essentially just like a filler, like a connector section. You walk down the stairs. The elevator's broken, so you walk down the stairs and you go through these double doors. Essentially, just a couple of cuts. I mean, a couple of loading screens. Okay, when you spawn in here, all you have to do is walk around this right corner to a door, but there's a nurse zombie that's going to be standing right beside the door. Best case scenario is, I've had it happen a few different ways. I'll walk up to the door and then back up, and she won't attack initially. She'll just run forward at me, which gets her out of the way. But I think the safest thing you can do is let her run forward and then do this and walk through behind her. And she stays either inside the door or behind the door, so she won't actually be able to attack you. And I guess I got her stuck there. That's pretty interesting. And then there's the half zombie, and I guess he's stuck now because she's stuck. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill him so I can explode. The only item that you're picking up in that room is from that bag that I interacted with, and it's the metal file. So you're gonna run in here, and you want to do it quick enough to where you can get in before the half zombie gets on you and attacks you or blocks you. And you want to do it before she can pass to you if she's not stuck like she is now. But you open that, and there are items in these if you feel like, I mean, if you need them. Like there's some ammo and there's health. Like that gives 20 health. The med kits give they give 40, and then it looks like a little can of tuna or something, some kind of little food. Yeah, they give 10. So I've never seen her get stuck like that. She normally stands behind the door, but either way, she doesn't attack you there, and then you just want to leave through that area. The only thing you have to get it there is the file. And here, you want to look at this door, and then just kind of back up, because no matter how you look, even if you're looking forward, it's going to turn your character back around to look at the door. You interact with that door, and then you come around here, and you want to equip the file at some point along the way. It should be the first item when you open up your inventory, so you just open, press E, keep going. And when you use the file is going to open this lock, but when you do that, you have these zombies that are coming up behind you, and then you have a zombie that's going to like bust through this door, and he's going to start attacking you. But if you stand on top of this ledge, it breaks their AI or their pathing or whatever. Like they stop coming after you, and this guy just stands there. He doesn't move at all. So you stand here, and you want to kind of just tap S a few times and kind of wiggle around and press and right click. So yeah, you can barely stand on that ledge and interact with that lock. So when your character's standing on the ground in front of it in the cutscene, but in reality, like he's standing still on top of it, so this guy doesn't come after you. And then they'll also not move like when you come back through, so they're going to be in the same position, so you can kind of just hop back through the window and walk around them. But you want to come through here and you want to jump. You can jump and actually land from windowsill to windowsill. You kind of get stuck in this stuff, like I said before. But you come through this window, and on the way you want to interact with this skeleton. And then you knock the picture off, open up your inventory, and use the paper, which gives you the code. The code's the same every time, but I think you have to have the code to interact with the safe. You interact with the safe, and while the safe is opening, because it takes a few seconds to open, you want to use the small key on the globe. And all that does is just free up an inventory space, because you have to cycle through, and later on you have a bunch of useless shit in your inventory, so it takes a long time to cycle through. And you're going to pick up a medallion here, and this medallion is not going to be used until the very end of the game, essentially. But it's just going to sit there. And you have this too. I mean, you can't get rid of it, you can't do anything with it. And then you also get the autopsy key, which the autopsy key we skip using, but I started using it as I'm going through, because that's the first blind section that we're going to be going through. And I've started using it just to free up that inventory space, because I mean it's right there where you're at. But you come back through here after you pick up the medallion and all the other items, and then you jump back through here. If I can jump. Okay, but you want to dodge all of these guys, and instead of going back the way you came, you come through here and go through these double doors. And here we're gonna interact with a dead nurse, and we're gonna get a like a hair clip, a pin or whatever, and that's gonna pick a lock. This is one of the best cutscenes in the game too, because you're gonna see your character just zip back through the door for some reason. He does that every single time. I don't know why he does that, but you interact with this nurse, and it's gonna give you the this hairpin, and you're gonna want to go ahead and select that because that's what you're gonna use in a second. On the stairs, or right after these stairs somewhere, there's some kind of trigger that spawns enemies. It's gonna spawn nurses. So all you have to do is just jump over the railing, and it skips that completely. But here you pick up this item. It's the head for a doll that you're gonna have to build in the next section. And then there's that 10 HP item that I was talking about. It looks like, yeah, canned fish. It is tuna. Okay, so 10 HP there, and all you gotta do is just jump over this railing here, and the nurses don't spawn for whatever reason. I guess the trigger is like right there at the staircase. But you come through here and you use the hairpin on this locked box and get this key, and that is the only other item you need here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's like right there. So then it spawns enemies, and they just get in your way if you do it at the beginning. So now you're gonna go back through to that connector area with the elevator. You go all the way back there, and you go down again, and there's a locked door there. And none of these zombies, they spawn back in their same spot, so you can just walk straight around. You don't have to deal with them. Same with the nurse and the half zombie in this area. Let's go straight through here. Now we're back in that connector area. And if you haven't been messing with your inventory, the key should be the first thing. So as soon as you spawn, you can just open your inventory, use the key, and then you have that when you come down here, because there is this guy, and he'll come at you, but you just interact with these double doors, and they're normally locked. But if you have the key in your hand, it just sends you straight through. And this is the area where you have to pick up the rest of the pieces to the toy and build it for this little guy, I guess you want to call him. Some descent looking shit. Okay, so the first piece in this area, you have some food there, and you have ammo, which is not needed. Like, the food's not needed either technically, but I mean, I pick it up just to be safe. And then you have a piece of the toy. You come in this room here. Oh, not this room. This room. Another piece of the toy, and you also have some more food. And then when you hit that corner, it's gonna always do this little cutscene where the door closes. And sometimes, I don't know what causes it, but you kind of like bump into this corner again and get a second cutscene, and it'll make the door open, like the opposite way. Don't know what causes it, don't know how to get it. Like, I can't do it now. Anyway, you can sometimes just get a second short cutscene like that. You want to come through here, and that's gonna instantly kill you if you touch it. And you can hop over it. Like standing on the side and you're going across, but getting back across is super tedious. Like, it's a hard jump up over that thing, so it's just not worth it when you can just click this and then click that and it'll disable it. And these guys, if you're fast enough, won't ever interact with you while you're picking up the items in this area. They might now that I've kind of sat around, but maybe they won't. Who knows? But you come through here, go in this room, and you're going to pick up the health kit and pick up the matches. And then, yeah, they're going to be down here. There's some ammo there if you need it. You come in this room, open up this chest, and there's going to be some food, a can of fish, and then the other piece of the toy. That's the last piece of the toy. You can make the toy whenever and select it in your hand. Then you're going to come to the door that the guy ran into and give him the toy. You have to do all this so you can pick up Molotovs. The Molotovs are really the only required thing in this area, but you gotta do all this shit to get to them. So it's gonna open the door, but the door's not actually open where you can get into it. You have to open it yourself. So you close it and then open it. And I guess these guys are just gonna kill me. Those guys normally aren't ever near you. You look at that guy, come in this door that's at the other side, and then pick up the Molotovs. That little pack of like bottles on the ground was Molotovs. There's medkit and some ammo. The ammo's not required. A heal. I'm gonna go ahead and save just in case something happens. And eventually, you're gonna go through this next room to get back to this area. This is just a locked door. I've tried everything I can. You can kind of like stand on this and like hop up there, but I just haven't been able to get through. And while I'm standing here, this is probably a good time to talk about pressing C to crouch, or just crouching in general. Crouching and jumping, you can kind of gain some extra height or like an extra jump. You see, like. But either way, getting through there wouldn't help you, like getting through there earlier, because you have to have some items to use over there to actually leave that area. Come through here, and then you exit through these double doors. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save here again. There's a lot of things that you do in this area, but you can kind of just skip them all. Fire doesn't hurt you unless you stand, like, right there in the center of it. And this is why you save, right? Because apparently I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. The fire you can just jump through. I mean, it doesn't hurt you. I don't know what that was about. But you come through here, and you want to do it fast enough, because if you're not fast enough, that guy's gonna block you in. Pick up that item there, and then you come around here, and you have to pick up these Molotovs, because if you don't pick up those Molotovs, you're not gonna have enough to kill the first boss. He's gonna live with like, you'd only need like 2 Molotovs thrown, but he tanks so many bullets from your pistol, it's insane. So you want to have those Molotovs so you have enough to kill him. You can just spam them at him. But we'll get there in a second. So this is the first blind. I got up here but without explaining it because of the enemies. But this wall here isn't solid for whatever reason, so you can just kind of hop up here and then hop up like where this pipe is at. And then you want to hop up here. And you see the way you can kind of tell how things are, how things work with this game. If you're not in a certain spot, it'll just deload the area, and that's why these blinds exist, because really what this is doing is it's skipping the only unskippable cutscene in the game. For whatever reason, the first cutscene in the game, it's like 5.5+ minutes long, and it's the only one in the game that they don't let you skip. Like you have to listen to the entire thing. So you do this blind, and this blind lets you, it deloads the area, which lets you, it just deloads the, like the actual trigger for the cutscene. So you can just walk straight past to the exit door. The exit door's still there for whatever reason. But you want to get up here, and you want to get on this, get on this wall so you can walk across. And you're gonna be above, and you wanna walk around until you fall down right here. And this is the locked door that gets you to the you use the autopsy key on. And normally you don't have to do this. Like, this isn't required. But I used the key on the door, and just free up that inventory space. And the lineup, I guess you could call it, that I've found. There's I'm gonna save here so I can actually show you what the room looks like normally. So here's what the room looks like normally. You come through this door, you have this wall here, right? And this wall is always there, even when everything is deloaded. Deloading the area doesn't actually deload some things. Like, this wall is still solid, and there's just like some objects that are still solid, but like the triggers and things are all gone. So there's this wall, and then right past this wall, or right past this line here, is the trigger. Like, the trigger's like right there somewhere. So you want to back up into this wall, and you'll see your character just stops moving, because the room in front of you is eventually going to disappear. You're going to get too far away to render it. So you want to walk until you stop seeing it disappear or whatever, and then you're going to kind of angle your character until you're right at this line, when you can feel that your character's going back more, and then you want to angle towards that red light over there. So let me get back to this. Okay, so you back up. Okay, and now I'm running into that wall, right? So I want to kind of go this way until I can feel my character going, or see my character going backwards again, and you just want to kind of angle this way. And then you walk back a little ways, and you want to move your mouse around until you I think I went too far. It's a little tricky to get. Okay, I'm walking back. About the time it disappears, you want to kind of turn around. Oh, oh, there it is. Not being able to get it right now. Okay, let's start over. Okay, I'm at the wall. Wow, this is sad. This is one of the roughest parts in the run. I don't know why. There's this blind, because if you go too far, like only parts of the level are loaded. Like the other parts, you can kind of just run infinitely, or you fall into the void. You can't see anything, so you don't really know. You just have to kind of spin around and hope that you see the exit door. I'm not getting it. I even practiced. Oh man. Past the door. Oh, there's something. See, some things are still there. Oh, I can't find the exit door then. Running into the wall. Oh, there it is. Okay. No, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. Okay, so I mean it's that was super scuffed, but I mean you get the idea. It's a blind. I mean you have to you walk backwards. You just kind of have to feel it out. I mean there's not really much I can help you with there. So this gas right here, you can turn it off. There's an area where you can go to like turn it off in that section where you're making the toy for the guy. But you can actually just jump over it. But if you touch it, it instantly kills you. No matter what HP you're at, it's an instant death. So I always like to save here, and just in case I don't jump over it all the way. And you're going to use this jar that you found earlier, and you're going to use it on this. But what I like to do is you're meant to move the trash can into place, but if you stand in a certain spot on the edge here, it'll either move automatically like you saw there, or as you jiggle your mouse around, it'll move it for you. And you can, if you're standing in the right spot, use the item on top, like while you're still standing on it, but sometimes you can't. But anyway, you want to use the jar, and then you use the lighter. There's the matches. And this is apparently the barricade to keep the zombies out. Not sure how good of a barricade this is, just a burning trash can. But anyway, it works, I guess. And you leave through this door. And this is where you're going to find your first boss. And he is easily dealt with by just spamming Molotovs at him. And this here, okay, so you're gonna spawn in this area, and on this table is the bone saw. The bone saw is the best weapon in the game, but we don't have any ammo for it right now, as you can see, so you can't use it. So I just swap back off. There's gonna be a zombie that spawns there. You just want to run straight past it and open this door, and I think you can close that door. Okay. So the little bar is a battery. It's for the saw. So now I have, yeah, you can see I have a whole bunch of ammo for it. Pick up some food because I'm getting hit a lot. There's some ammo there, and then there's a health kit there. But you want to come through here. Those are going to explode. Another zombie is going to spawn, and then you need to pick up this fireproof glove. It's just a single glove. When you pick that up, it's going to spawn the boss. That is the boss. He enters, or yeah, he enters through that door over there. The easiest way to kill him, he's going to stand there, and you just jump up on here, and it breaks their AI, so they can actually attack you. And personally, I would save at first, because it's easy to, it's very easy to kill yourself. I think you can just kill yourself if you walk forward while throwing these things. But, yeah, you just spam. And he dies. And then after a few seconds, you want to go ahead and open this door because it takes a few times to open. But while you're doing that, this will spawn on the ground. You pick it up, and then you leave through this door. Oh no, did I soft lock myself? Huh. That's new. Never seen that. Glad I saved. Alright, let me kill this guy again. This door doesn't open up until he dies, so you kill him and then you want to open it up. I guess clicking it too many times makes it spaz out. Alright, but you have to pick up the watch before you can actually leave through this door. And this takes you to the Gravedigger's house. Before you can go, well, before we go into the Gravedigger's house, we have to go pick up a fuse, a working fuse, because we'd be able to skip all of Gravedigger's house if there was a way to pick up the pin that you use to open up the watch. But you have to have the lights on to pick it up. So we have to come through here. You blow up this. This is the only use for the pistol essentially in the entire run. You blow up that as you're running over to it. So as you come up to it, you just do that, and then you move the board and go through the door. We're gonna do some jumps here at the start to skip some triggers because the triggers will spawn a bunch of enemies. There's enemies, and then there's a spot where it'll actually show a cutscene. The cutscene's like 20 plus seconds long. It's pretty lengthy, and it spawns an enemy that comes straight after you. So you want to come here, and this is where one of the first times you're going to be using the crouching and the jumping. You want to crouch and jump and get into here, and you can just kind of go across this little area right here, and then you are out of bounds technically. I mean, you can see that you can run all the way down this way and get in, but I found that it's easier if you come across here, and then you can get in bounds. The trigger is right in there somewhere, and it'll spawn a bunch of enemies, like the big blob enemies. They're super annoying, super laggy. Come this way, you can just hop on some shrubs. Yeah, see, okay, I hit the trigger somewhere, I guess. Okay, so I spawned enemies. Normally those enemies wouldn't be there. Come in here, grab the fuse, grab the oil can, and then you can pick up all this stuff. It's not really necessary. There's some food, some ammo, molotovs, and then you get stuck on stuff. And the fuse and the oil can are the only thing that's actually required to pick up. Then you're gonna leave here and go back to the Gravedigger's house. I like to what I normally do is, as I'm jumping here, I'll select the metal file. I mean, I don't think it saves any time, but little mid-air switch, because you have to use the metal file to get into the Gravedigger's house. There's a lock on the back door. So there's a hearse here, and if you get near the hearse, it'll also show a cutscene somewhere right around the hearse. Like if you bump into it, it'll show it. It's kind of everything I say tonight is happening. Normally you can just walk straight around there. I don't know if it's a time thing or what to be in that area. Okay, so it's not actually that long, but it is a cutscene, and it is there. If you go through this gate, there will be an enemy that spawns right at the back door over there. Oh, I think I actually hit the trigger. Fuck me, man. Alright, so you to skip that trigger, normally you wouldn't go anywhere near the gate, right? You would hop up here and hop up on the railing, and you have to crouch. And when you crouch here, you just hop, and you'll hop straight up. And this isn't solid, so you walk through. Okay, I didn't actually spawn the enemy. There's a big blob enemy that'll spawn here normally, and it just attacks you the entire time you're trying to open the door. So you use the file on the lock to open that, and then you have to actually interact with the handle of the door. It won't let you open the door unless you interact with the handle. I don't know why it does that. Like, it'll tell you you have to turn the handle. And I like to go ahead and have the fuse equipped. I mean, you got to use it as soon as you walk in anyway. There's gonna be a cutscene that plays. It's your character trying the lights, and they find out they don't work and everything. Because normally you'd come in here and then you would go and you'd have to go find the fuse, but where to have the fuse? Planning ahead.
Halo? Halo, jest tu kto? Trochę tu ciemno.
This is also gonna be our second blind in the run, but this blind is 1,000 times easier. I don't think I've ever missed this blind. Because I think once you actually get back into the level, which I'll show in a second, I'm pretty sure you can't actually fall back out. I think you're at, like, technically inbounds. The level is just not loaded. So this is the room we're gonna go into. So you open that door as you're going by, so it's already open. You're gonna come here. You're gonna open it up, take out the old fuse, use the new fuse, and then the electricity is fixed. Sometimes if you're just standing still, it won't let you use it like quickly together, so I kind of like you move forward and backwards, and it'll let you use it quicker. You come through here and you have to turn the light on, and then you interact with this box and you get the tweezers. You use the tweezers and you open the golden watch, and all you have to do is just press E and get this dialogue up on the screen where it's showing you. And then the gravedigger spawns. You're gonna come in this room before he attacks you, and you're going to strafe into this cabinet and spam jump and crouch, and you're gonna get up on here. And once you're up on here, we'll both save. You take, I think you take like 30-40 damage. We're about to see. You're gonna run straight across this line, and it may disappear, but it is still solid. You'll know when you fall. You're gonna fall and take some damage. But yeah, you run straight across. You fall, and then you want to turn around, and you're gonna see the basement area, and you're standing kind of above it, right? You're not in the house, but you're above the basement. You're just on a tunnel. So you want to walk off the tunnel to the side, and then fall and move back in. So you move away to fall off, and then you move with D to move back into the tunnel. And your character spawns back here, and you're in level with this door, and you can actually see there's a door there. It says a door with no handles. But you just want to back you just want to back straight up from that door until you can't walk anymore, and then you turn around and there's another exit door. Normally you'd have to go through the house, kill the gravedigger, do a bunch of shit in the basement, and then you can leave. In this area, you're going to find a rifle at the very start. You can actually just skip that. It's not needed, not required, and it can actually, if you accidentally swap to the rifle and scope in, and then swap off of it, it'll keep the scope on the screen until you actually reset the game. Like, it doesn't matter about saves, anything. It's stuck on your screen. So you come around this corner, and normally you'd have to go through some tunnels to get to this pickaxe. You have to get the pickaxe is the only thing you have to get in this area, but you can actually just jump up here and grab it. And then I like to go ahead and equip it just immediately, because you're gonna have to use it to get out. You go through these tunnels, you'll see this little area, fall down. Come this way. It's very dark in here, and you just want to keep going right, go straight. You're gonna come to a dead end, it looks like, but you're gonna be able to interact with it. You open it up with the pickaxe, and you want to hug this wall, because this guy's gonna spawn. And if you don't get stuck, you can scoot past him. Then you just exit. Like I said, it's really easy to get stuck on walls and stuck on objects and everything, especially when you're strafing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save again and get some health. There's gonna be a zombie that spawns here, and you're gonna have to actually use the zombie to get in here because this gate is locked, so you don't have to backtrack. You get him up to the gate, and when he's attacking at you, you're gonna be able to jump on top of him by just spamming crouch and jump, and then you're gonna get over this wall. The only item you have to get in here is this item, this one, the shoemaker. for some health there. And then to get out of this area, you're gonna have to get on top of these boards here, and you don't want to stand at the very edge, because if you stand at the very edge, you get in this weird like dip in the wall or in the boards where you can't jump, and you have to kind of wiggle your way back out. But you want to stand close to the edge and kind of do the jumping and crouching thing while you're moving forward, so you can get stuck on top of that ledge and just crouch and go through. And you want to come through here, and you're gonna want to do this part quickly to get past the guy and not get hit. So I'm gonna save here, but you open these doors and you want to strafe, run, not get stuck. Oh, I got stuck. Okay, so you can just crouch through right there and get up here. You get up here and go through, and you're gonna go to the pub here. The pub, you pick up an item that's required later, and it's also how you progress. But we're gonna have to come backtrack back to this area later. And something I did there when that guy was attacking me, if you open up your inventory, you're invincible. You can't actually get hit. Enemies can attack you, but they don't actually do damage to you. I don't know why I didn't say that earlier, but there you go. It's a very, very, very useful piece of information. You talk to this guy. He's got a bad headache. And you open up the secret stash, and there's a revolver and a set of keys. You don't have to pick up the revolver. Not worth it. You pick up the keys, and then you want to come up here and grab this letter. This letter is going to be used later. You're going to have to pick up like 5 of them, I think. 5 different ones, and yeah, it's used for a puzzle. So you get the keys, select them, and then go back out of this area. And this guy, he's always gonna be right here at the bottom of the stairs. He can't actually get up the stairs, but he can follow you through this next area that you're gonna go through. So you gotta be aware of that. He's pretty easy to juke, but I mean, he whacks you for like 40 or 50 damage. As soon as you fall down here, you want to open this door. Open the door. Select the keys again immediately, because you're gonna have to use them to open this door. Grab this hook, and then leave. That is the last item you need in this area. This door is unlocked now. You gotta dodge this guy. He's kind of on the stairs. You want to do some dipping and dodging and crouching, and that's what I got here. Normally, you can get through that area by just walking straight past him. He won't ever touch you, but I did it kind of poorly. Normally, you would have to go through and get a bottle, some kind of bottle of alcohol and a corkscrew, and open it up, and then give it to the guy. And there's a cutscene, and yeah, just a bunch of shit. You don't actually have to do any of that, because this door, because all of that gives you a key, and the key is for this locked door, but they somehow just didn't make the door solid, so you can walk straight through it. So yeah, you walk straight through this door after you pick up that hook, because the hook is somehow required, even though you never use it again. Come in here into this building, use the shoemaker stabby thing on the barrel, and then pick up the rag that's in the corner. There's a rag. There's some health here. There's this. That's another battery. You're gonna want to use the rag on the motorcycle, and then you're gonna want to fill up the oil canister with the barrel. So all of this makes the motorcycle start. So you do that. Select the empty can. Use it on the barrel, and then it's gonna deselect it. So you have to reselect it again, and then use it on the motorcycle. And then it lets you do it again. You start the motorcycle up, and normally you would come in here and you would do all of that, and then you would come over here and pick up the different items that you want to pick up, because there's like 10 seconds or whatever before you actually get this cutscene and go to the next area. And that's it. That's the end of this area. Now we're gonna go to the shipyard. Alright, we're at the shipyard. terrible driver, apparently. Zombie got in the way, we plowed through. Alright. So you can hop up here on the edge of this. All this does is skips opening that gate there. You can come through here. And you want to move this piece of paper, which will reveal a key, pick up the key, and then there's a health kit there. And you use the key immediately on this this van. Opens up the van, that guy over there hits you. Then you pick up the wires, and the wires should be the very first item in your inventory, so you just select them. You come here on top of this thing, which you can't open up, and you want to jump to this corner. You want to strafe and jump, and if you get right here, you're not actually going to be able to get up. You're kind of like stuck in the corner, you know. So you want to strafe and then jump up there in the corner. And if you can't do it that way, you can go around this way for a lot easier jump. This turns, you'll feel it kind of, like there's an invisible wall here. You can hop up on it and then hop to here and then hop up here. It's just much quicker if you can actually get it done right here. But you mostly get stuck like in the actual corner instead of getting up on top of it. Ah, there we go. Okay. So you get up here, use the wires there, which fixes the electricity. And you come in here, and you're always gonna get a cutscene that plays, and it's gonna angle your camera, like angle your camera forward, no matter where you're looking around. So you want to look here, and you have to shoot the lock, and open this, turn power on, and then you want to interact with just this. You can interact with that. And there's some items everywhere. I'm actually gonna pick up some of these items to give more health. Grab some HP. There's Molotovs there. There's a health kit above you, but none of that's required. Alright, we're gonna save here. And now that is all we have to do here. Now that we've interacted with this ship, because it says like whatever. So come over here and it's gonna tell you like, ooh, some spooky noises. Better not go there. Well, that's literally where we're heading. We're gonna go to the lighthouse, and the lighthouse is one of the laggiest places in the game. The lighthouse, and then the last level. The last level with the it's like the church, cathedral, whatever the fuck it is. It's really rough. You kind of just, I don't know. I don't want to say you get used to it, but you learn how to react with the lag. You want to have your bone saw out here because this enemy, there's a zombie on this walkway here, and you can jump past him. Like I could probably, yeah. See, I jump straight through him here when I'm doing in practice, but normally I get stuck on him all the time. So I've just started killing him. Takes 4 slashes and he dies. Yeah, he's dead. But you see how laggy it's already getting. Just here, you get to the end of the walkway, and there's gonna be a cutscene that plays, and then another zombie is gonna spawn somewhere here. There's a zombie in the tower or in the lighthouse, and then there's one of the blob guys at the very bottom that you have to kill. Like I don't think you can actually play the game with him in there. It's so laggy. For whatever reason, enemies just fuck the game. As soon as you open this door though, it's gonna spawn. I'm gonna save just in case. You open the door, he spawns. So I'm gonna use my inventory. So when I see my screen turn to red or I see an attack, I'm gonna go for it because I know he's not attacking me anymore. And I'm just gonna open my inventory back up so I can't get hurt. I'm just gonna slash him again until he dies. You kind of hear he makes a longer noise than his attack, and that means he's dying. He kind of waves his arms around and shit. I always pick up this dynamite. I've been thinking about the dynamite a lot lately, and I don't think you actually need all the dynamite because there's so much along the way. But it's right there, so I pick it up. You pick up the gas can. The gas can's required. Go ahead and select the gas can, and I interact with this now because you have to interact with it before you can put the torch there. I just go ahead and do it while I'm walking past. That's like a secret lever that we're gonna use to open up there's a secret hatch right here, and this is the end of the level, but we can't actually go there yet because Again, our character has to read in a book that they can do it. So, we're gonna go up here, and there should be a zombie on the next floor. There is. I don't normally worry about him, but he causes a lot of fucking lag, so I'm just gonna get rid of him for now. This entire area is just laggy. You come up here. There's a bunch of items here. I skip all of these items. I don't go for the health at all because unless you get really specific angle, you're gonna pick up that revolver ammo, which just adds to your inventory, and you can't get rid of it. So it just takes up a slot. But you need the bowl. You need the tin bowl to pick up an item in a minute. So you're gonna come up here and use the gas on the lamp. And all you have to do is click on it. Once you get that little finger and you click it, it'll do it no matter where you're at. So you come over here, and as soon as the lights turn on, you can interact with the guy and get a key from him. So now we're gonna come back down. Normally that zombie would be kind of like right in here somewhere on the stairs, and you just want to hop over him. There's this torch here that you have to grab, and you want to select the torch as you're coming down, so you can put it in the slot. So you put it here, and then you want to interact with it. And as you do that, you want to leave here, select the key, and use the key on the door. I don't actually got the key in the door before that cutscene plays. Yeah, I didn't get the key. But you get the key in there. It's like jam or whatever. You pick up the bowl, or you interact with the bowl, and you pick up the pliers, and then you're gonna have to select them again to use them in the water, and then you're gonna have to select the pliers after that to actually use them on the door. And you pull the key out of the lock and open the door. You click on the chest, and that's gonna. It takes a second for it to pick up. Like you have to go through some dialogue, and then it picks up the chest. No matter where you're at, though, it'll put the chest in your inventory, so you can pick it up and just leave. But I always pick up some of this health while it's doing that, because I mean it's right there. It's not required though. And then you gotta select the chest, and then we leave. We're gonna go back to the shipyard where that ship is at in the shed, and we're gonna actually break the chest open. There's another zombie that spawns here. Like I said, you can walk through him too, or you can jump past him. But I just can't kill him. It's a lot simpler because you can't get stuck on him. I've gotten stuck on him and just couldn't get by. Depends on how they turn and how they walk and everything. But, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and save here. If you're jumping around on this place, especially if you're strafe jumping, you can kind of get like popped up on top of the invisible walls or popped over like that and die really easily. So that's one reason I like to save there. Because sometimes I'm just hopping around, not really paying attention, and yeah. Just come back up here. This guy's almost always gonna hit you because you're so close to him. You come in here and you use the chest, and then you click on the rope, and it'll do a shortcut scene where it breaks the chest open, and then you click right where you're looking, and it's gonna look you straight at the captain's log. And you do all of that quick enough to where, or if you don't walk in far enough, right? It's another one of those doors. So you walk in like right here. If you walk in too close, that door will close. But if you don't walk in, the door will stay open. You don't have to wait for it. You come back through, and you do not use the captain's log yet. If you use the captain's log now, you'll either have to wait in this area until it finishes, or you will just soft lock it. If you use the captain's log and then go into the loading screen, it'll just act like you read part of it, and then it will never let you interact with it again. It'll stay in your inventory, but you have to get to a certain point in the dialogue to actually be able to go into the tunnels that you opened up. So as soon as you come to this area, you want to use the captain's log so you can get through the dialogue by the time you're over there. And see, I just jumped straight past that guy that time. That's ideally what you do. You just jump straight past him, but sometimes it doesn't work. You get stuck on him. You're gonna come back in here to where this secret passageway is, and you see it says you can't go through. You have to get to this dialogue where it literally tells you that there's there's tunnels, and then they're open for you. And now we're in the cemetery. I'm gonna go ahead and save here. This is there's another like essentially blind section in this spot where you have to pick up an item. You're gonna be picking up more of those letters. But the first one you have to pick up is in here. Whenever you get to this door, a zombie's gonna break it open. What you want to do is you want to come up to it, have him break it open, and then have him run at you so he's out of the way. And you come here, pick up that from the box. Then you want to immediately come over to the statue and hop up on top of it. It'll let you easily get out of bounds. You just jump up like right here on the side of it. Pretty easy. Jump up here. I'm gonna run across the edge of the level, and I mean you can hop across whatever you feel like doing, you know, if you want to take a shortcut, a little corner there. And I always save here. I don't think you can die here, but you can get yourself stuck into the room, and if you get stuck inside of the room, then you're soft. Like I mean, you just can't get back out. You want to crouch, and you want to just tap your way across to where you're falling, and then you want to move back into the room to get stuck on this part. And as you're falling, you can see I'm falling, but if you move towards the area, it'll like teleport you back up here on top of the wall. But yeah, you want to kind of angle yourself and get yourself and land on the lip of that room. Apparently I can't do any of these tonight. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're here, right? This is where you want to be. And you're gonna see if you look right in this area here, you see the hand, and there's a cabinet here that you're opening up. But you want to look, you just have to feel around for it, for that hand right there, the grabby hand. When the grabby hand appears, that's what you want, because there's only one item there. So you pick up that item, and it's the I think it's the S button. But those are the three you're gonna have in your inventory at this point. If you grab this item here, when you're blind, you're gonna have those 3 WSD. And then you want to just walk off the edge, and then walk back to where you get back up over here, right? So you're up on this ledge here. After you pick up the item, you want to walk across here, jump across, and then jump up here. And you can walk across here, and this is gonna skip. There's a big guy that throws fireballs at you that spawns here. He's annoying, and you also have to open that door twice. So it skips doing both of that. But you pick up that, interact with the guy, and then you go through these doors here. And then you can exit the area. You normally have to open a bunch of doors with some keys and do a bunch of stuff to get those letters, but with that little out of bounds section, you can pick it up early. As soon as you spawn here, you want to come to this corner and interact with this bag. It'll give you another letter, and then the last letter is inside of the church here, but you gotta use the key that you got off the dead guy in the last level with the crowbar, the gravedigger's key. Use it on this door, and there's a zombie, and you just want to kill the zombie. I mean, you can walk around him and lead him around, but he just makes it laggy and annoying and gets in your way. Like I got stuck on him one time when he came in over here when this opens up at the end of the level, and yeah, you can just get stuck on him. So you come in here after you kill him, and you interact with the book, and you got to get through a few lines of dialogue before you can actually do anything with this book. And while you're doing that, you have to click on it a couple times. I'll just go ahead and get one of the letters. Select it, so I'm ready to go. And you'll see in a second, you remove the book, and there's going to be a cross that you place the letters in a certain position. It goes by names. There's like a list of names that you get, and that's the hint or whatever. But after you do that, there's a little button right there that you can barely see. You interact with that, and it opens this cross up. And some spots are difficult to interact with. There's a very specific spot you have to interact with. So it goes G, L, W, S, you'll see a shortcut scene that'll open up, and then you just exit through there. More tunnels. This set of tunnels is made almost like a maze. I've kind of just memorized it at this point, so I'm gonna see. I don't really know how I can. Okay, so you interact with that. It gives you, it's like the map of the tunnels. And there's health, some ammo. That's more revolver ammo. I don't pick that up. And then there's more bonesaw ammo. I always pick up bonesaw ammo if it's there. And then you want to jump on this railing, and then just strafe jump or just fall across. If you hit that water and hit this and get up under this, it'll just teleport you up here for whatever reason. More dynamite if you want to pick it up. Like I said, there's a bunch of dynamite along the way, so some of this isn't necessary. But come through these tunnels. There's going to be 2 enemies that spawn back there in those coffins. You open this door. You move around this enemy, and then you're just going to kind of follow this. I mean, it's dark. It's not hopefully too difficult. Mostly just going straight. You're going to come to an end here. You turn left, turn right. Holy shit, now I'm getting lost. Trying to do it slow. Turn right. Oh, nope. Back where I started. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Go back to the door. Let's go back to the door. I can do this right. Okay, we're at the door, right? Okay, we're leaving the door. Turn left. Turn right. Go get away from all these enemies. There's dynamite there. Keep going straight across the boards. Turn left. Turn right. Turn right. And then when you come to this, this is the landmark that I look for. You'll know you're in the right spot when you come to this piece of a building. You come here, and at the rock at the end here, you want to turn right. And you're gonna see all these coffins sticking out of the wall. You just come around here. This is there's no other way to go here. You just keep going. There's some items there. Come to the top of this hill and open this door. Turn left. Open this door. There's some health and some different items over there if you want them. Open this door. There's some more items in here, I think. Open this door, and then you're at the end. The first part of that cave system is kind of a maze. Another one of those we just kind of have to fill out a bit. Alright, you spawn here, and this enemy is going to get in the way because that door opens up too slow. So you want to kind of open the door and then jump around the enemy to not get hit by him. I still got hit by him, but normally you wouldn't. You interact with the smoke, so you can see that it is indeed hot. And then you can actually open this door. The handle will fall off. You pick it up off the ground, and then you can put it straight back on the door and open the door up. You're gonna come in here and you're gonna jump up on. Normally you would walk all the way across, and there would be a cutscene at the bottom of that at the bottom of the stairs, and you're gonna see Dr. Brown. He's gonna come and close the door and everything on you. But you can actually skip that cutscene if you jump up on this railing, and then you want to diagonal, like strafe jump up on top of the wall where you saw the ceiling kind of disappeared. You jump, and you'll be up here. Be up here on top of the wall. You want to run straight across and fall here and pick up this item. Pick up the wooden beam. Wooden beam. If you haven't moved your inventory at all, it should be the first item when you open up. You select it, interact with this, and then you walk into it, and it'll make it fall. And then you still have the wooden beam, and you come over here, and you break that, and it says bingo, and then the boss spawns, right? The boss is going to spawn, and normally you have to lead the boss around and have him jump through this. Like you'll see another cutscene where he jumps down, breaks this, and then you light him on fire. It doesn't actually even have to be in there. You can just light it on fire, and then the door will unlock, and you can leave. And since Dr. Brown went through that way, he turned the steam off, so you can go through that way. This door's open now. Here. You want to turn. Normally you would go through here, and you would go find Robuston, or whatever the doctor's fucking assistant's name was. But you can come through here and pick up all these items before you do that. Just like a little bit of time. You interact with a valve there to turn that steam off because you have to come back to that room later. You want to pick up the dead cat, open up this cabinet, and then pick up the adrenaline, and there's some health there. And that guy normally would not be down here, but since I've been playing around this room, he is. And I normally, whenever I have the second, I just back through and get to the adrenaline. Go ahead and have it selected because you're going to use it as soon as you enter this room over here. So you come in here and use it on him, and it's going to wake him up. And normally you would talk to him, there'd be a long cutscene, he'd tell you a bunch of shit. He'd tell you like all the dirty secrets and confess to a bunch of stuff, but you just end the interview. He tells you about a paper that he hid, that he has, that he's gonna sign, that's like his confession and everything. And you go and find that paper, and while you're going to get the paper so you can turn it in and bring Dr. Brown down, Dr. Brown actually comes through the elevator that was not there, broken, whatever it is, and he kills him, so no more confession. And since these guys are here, you're getting stuck on them, but you just jump around them. Normally those guys would not be on the stairs like that, but because I was in that area for so long, they pathed over there. So when you pick up the paper from that bin, and enter this area again, it's gonna start a cutscene after like 5 or 10 seconds or something. But as soon as you enter this area with that paper, you can interact with the elevator, and it'll call the elevator as the cutscene is going. So the elevator will already be there, so you don't have to wait on it after the cutscene ends. So as soon as you run in here, you want to interact with the door. Interact with the elevator button. And you can hear it coming down while the cutscene's actually playing. This cutscene is always gonna bring you over here and spawn you in this spot looking at him, because you know you got fried. And then you just leave. You open up the door, the elevator's already there, and you're gonna have to have the dead cat selected in the next area. So I normally select the dead cat like while I'm opening the door and stuff, and then you exit the level. You're gonna use the dead cat on the door as soon as you spawn here. You run straight forward. There's items like spawned along this room, some health and some ammo and stuff, but none of it's needed. You just come over here. It's gonna do it. It's gonna start a cutscene, and there's gonna be an enemy spawn in the door. And he's always gonna. It's another one of those. It's always gonna spawn you in the same spot with this enemy. So I back up a little bit, and while he's pathing to me, I'm going ahead and selecting the wooden beam to get him out of the doorway, so I can actually get by. And I don't think I actually moved far enough, but you get the idea. You get those guys out of your way so you can enter here without attacking you. It's really easy to get blocked on. You want to pick up the health kit, and then there is a machine gun and one thing of ammo there for the machine gun, so you have 90 shots in it. And you come up this ladder, and you interact with the barrel. Another short cutscene. You push the barrel down, open up a hole in the floor. That's what you're gonna jump down to end the level here. You jump down here. You don't want to jump all the way in there. It'll kill you. Jump down here and interact with this door. Takes a second, and then you're gonna be in this the jail area. This is the only place that I actually use the SMG, the machine gun. I use it to kill 2 enemies, and that's literally the only thing I use it for. There's ammo. I mean, well, there is ammo here, but you don't want to pick up. That's more revolver ammo. There's a health kit there. So to open this door, you get a note. You have to use the crowbar. Use the crowbar on this door. And you're going to interact with that dead body that's in the corner. And if you do it quick enough, interact with it, come back through here. This door won't close. You can't get stuck in there if you get stuck. I've gotten stuck on the corner there, and the door will close. You have to wait for the door to open back up. The letter from a worker is going to be the second item over. Normally every time you open up your inventory, so you just open it up, go to it, select it, and then as soon as you click on this door, it's going to do another cutscene, but it's just another one of those that you can end the interview and skip.
Wydaje mi się, że to, co
But he's gonna
się
spawn.
dzieje, to nie jest
He's gonna spawn one enemy behind you.
Pacjenci
So what I like to do
zaczęli
is I like to open the door and then just turn around, and while the door is opening up, I kill the enemy that's coming after you. There's gonna be another enemy inside that you have to kill. So you open that up. Shoot this shit up. He's dead. Reload, and then there's gonna be a half zombie in here. Just unload on him. It's super easy to get stuck on him and everything. Then you're gonna have to watch a pretty lengthy cutscene here. I mean, I say lengthy. It's like 30 seconds maybe.
Komenda policji, słucham.
You call the police, and then turns out the police are
Proszę najpierw podać imię,
in Dr.
nazwisko
Brown's
i powiedzieć,
pocket.
co się stało.
Nazywam się Jim Cart. Nie potrafię dokładnie powiedzieć, co się dzieje, ale lepiej będzie, jak kogoś tu prześlecie.
That's one thing about this game, though, like the voice acting and everything. I can't understand it, but it sounds good.
Proszę
You know what I mean?
proszę mówić jaśniej.
This game,
Jeśli to jakiś żart, może zostać
I feel like it really, against a super janky game, but I do feel like it is worth going through at least one time and just playing through it, like listening to the dialogue, like, you know, reading the
Jestem
subtitles
prawnikiem
and
i wiem, co mówię.
listening to the story and everything, because I do think the story is pretty interesting.
Miłe z twojej strony. Nie cierpię glin. Na szczęście można ich przekupić. No to nie spodziewaj się, że pozwolę ci popełnić takie głupstwo. Baw się dobrze.
Cholera, to koniec.
Alright, now that that cutscene is done, you leave through this door. This is one of the doors you can actually close because it'll get in your way. Close that door, open this one, and you get stuck there, but you can kind of you jump over this rail, and as you're falling, you can interact with the door to negate that fall damage, but I didn't click the door fast enough apparently, so I got hurt. So be wary of that if you're not higher HP, it will just kill you. But yeah, you exit through here. This is another spot where I've been thinking about some potential new strategies. There's a bunch of zombies here. You're gonna spawn. You're gonna be stuck in this spot. It literally sticks you here until this wheelchair goes across, and then you wait a couple more seconds, and then it lets you move. There's a bunch of zombies that spawn. There's one there. There's gonna be another one over here. I like to go ahead and have the. You're gonna need the fireproof glove on. So I go in here. And then quickly, before that zombie can attack me, I click on that pot, and that pot is going to just go in your inventory no matter where you're at, as long as you click on it. You come around here and you interact with this bag, and you get a key. And you see there's zombies following me everywhere. Gonna select the key for the toilet, and come through here. And the toilet is, you can hear the water running in the background. You can use it on there. And those guys are still coming. Gonna show a little cutscene of a guy hanging, and you need to interact with the guy to get a key from him. Get a key, and then you interact with this note, give you some lore about what's going on. There's another zombie, and she's apparently stuck, so I'm just gonna test out some of these new theories. I'm gonna save, and I'm just gonna molotov some of these guys.
Co takiego miał rzeźnik, że postanowił się z nas przejaśnić.
Okay, it only takes a few Molotovs. I don't know why she was so tanky. Alright. Normally I would just kill those guys with the bone saw, but that's a lot quicker, I guess, if you can get them clumped up. But the key, okay, so you get a key from interacting with this guy. Okay, there's no enemies, I'm not pressing. Get a key from this guy. It's a key to the storage room. So as soon as you get done with this guy, I mean, unless you're gonna kill those guys, you wanna get the key and then come back through here where you picked up the pot. And as soon as you walk through here, there's gonna be another locked door, and this is the storage room. You walk in here, there's a zombie, you grab that, and then you leave. So there's another zombie following you around. I think it's probably best to wait until you have like all the zombies clumped up, because there's this zombie and maybe one more that spawns. But there's some ammo and some health and some different stuff in here if you need it. But you just go in there and get the special handle, the wheel. Come around here. There's a health kit on that table, and then 2 things of bone saw ammo, or batteries. there's going to be a pipe or a hose that is hanging there, and whenever you pick up the hose, you can either click on the hose or the kettle with water,
Włożę do środka. Przyda się, jeśli
and it'll give
znajdę
you
trochę
the
paliwa.
mixed hose. Then you use that, and you
Nie
use it
mogę
on this
zmarnować
broken
ani
motorcycle
kropli.
that's in this room, and
Zrobię
that will give you a
tyle
kettle of
paliwa
petrol to
wystarczy.
fill up the hose. And now you have everything in this area that you need. You want to come back through here, and you're gonna find this door,
Ani drgnął.
and it says, you know, it is missing
Musiałem się
handle,
martwić
whatever.
po drugiej
You're gonna
stronie.
cover it in
Może
gas,
prowadzi
and then you were
maleńka
going to light it
iskra
on
i teraz
fire,
albo nigdy.
and then put the handle in the
Pasuje
doorknob,
jak
and then
nic.
use it. And then that's the end of that level. So the next level, you don't want to wait around at the start because there's two enemies that'll come in and block you off really easily. It's those like crawly guys on the ground. So you almost immediately when you spawn, you want to come through here, enter this area, and you want to get around that corner as quickly as possible because it'll put you closer to this vent, this gate, whatever you want to call it, trapdoor, when that cutscene starts. You can be almost, you know, right on top of it, and you want to come in here, and all you got to do is pick up this pickaxe. I can't see what is happening. Okay, you pick up the pickaxe, come back through here, I'm gonna heal again. I'm just taking dumb damage. And where those guys are at, they're probably going to be blocking you off, so you want to just stand off over here until he walks through. And if you do it quick enough, those crawly guys aren't going to even come in this room, so you only have to deal with this guy. You just let him get away from the door so he doesn't block you in the doorway, and you enter the trapdoor. Now you're going to be in the sewers. And the sewers for the longest time were the absolute worst level for me. They broke me. I couldn't figure them out. So I sat down and found out like I think the best path that you can use. Okay, so you spawn right beside where you have to get a key. You gotta get the key first. So you come through here. That guy's not normally spawned, but I guess he is now. I guess I hit a trigger that I wasn't aware of. So he's probably gonna make it a little bit laggy in this area. But you come through here and you enter this little hidden house. Pick up some more health, some more dynamite, and
Widziałem coś
I'm not sure
podobnego.
which of these random objects that you can interact with is actually required, but you have to pick up the key, so I just kind of click it all and just, you know, get all the dialogue to make sure I can actually exit the area. And I want to go ahead and select the key. Normally that enemy doesn't spawn there initially. It spawns later, but you're already gone, so it doesn't really matter. So once you get that key, you come back through here, and you're gonna leave. You're gonna go straight forward, and then you're gonna come through this tunnel to enter this big open area, and then you're gonna unlock the lock, and then turn the valve, and then you're gonna not go through this one that you're looking at, but you're gonna go through this one, the open one. And then you're gonna come to this like square area. You're gonna turn left, straight, and you're gonna turn left again. There's a health kit sitting up there. Over here, you're gonna turn left, and you're gonna be at this valve. Normally, you know, they give you a ladder, you climb up on top, but you can actually just interact with it right here on the ground. Interact with that valve, and then you're gonna exit through where you came. It's gonna play a cutscene. You're gonna turn left here, go through this path. You gotta kind of like strafe jump up on top of here. You get stuck, you can't get through there. Come through here, crouch. Turn left, more left. You're gonna go through the. You'll know you're in the right area when you turn left here and you see you have to crouch, and it kind of turns at an angle, like the waterway or whatever. So you come through here, and you're gonna turn right at this barrel. This barrel right here after the slanted bit. You turn right. There's gonna be an enemy that's throwing fireballs at you, and then you're gonna have this area that goes down. Go down here, and normally there'd be an invisible wall here, and it wouldn't let you pass. But after you open up the valves, you can come through here, you climb up the ladder, and then you exit it. Now we are in the quarry area. One of the final levels. Two things of dynamite sitting here. There's a pallet that you can pick up, but this new the new route that I've found skips a couple of cutscenes, and it skips enemies spawning which is great because the enemies are those big blob guys, and it spawns a bunch of them, so they're really laggy. You want to hop up on these boxes, and I like to make a save because like you can fall or you can hit triggers or you know whatever and take damage. So yeah, you jump up here and you're kind of out of bounds. You see this isn't exactly in bounds. And you want to walk across this wooden section. You want to be on this side, but it's really there's like some kind of invisible thing here or some kind of funky texture, so you slip off really easily there. So I just jump straight across here onto this one and then hop across, and then you want to stay on this one until you get to the end. Then I normally make another save here just in case you don't make the jump. Pretty easy jump over here, but you have to strafe to do it. You land here, jump up here, hop up here, and then while you're on this fence, normally you'd either have to walk all the way around, or there's a spot right here on the edge that you can kind of hop up. But yeah, this skips all these enemies spawning, and you're right here at the dead guy that you need to interact with. You're gonna interact with this guy and get a key from him. And this key's gonna open up a little house on the side that you need to get some items and some info from. But you can jump straight down here, and sometimes the cutscene, you don't hit the triggers, and sometimes the cutscenes don't play, and then sometimes they do, and I'm not really sure what causes it. So the best thing to do is to hop. You want to make sure you're if not full HP, you're pretty high HP, and then you want to hop back over here. And I guess you want to hop back to this side, probably. Oh, okay. You can just hop up the wall here. Never mind. I didn't realize that. Hop up the wall, then you're up on this thing again, and then you want to hop over here. So I guess this side at the beginning has a funky texture where you fall, and then this side at the end has a funky texture where you fall. You can come back here, and then when you get here, you can hop down. The triggers are like right in this area somewhere where you hit them. Use the key on the door. Come in here. You're gonna pick up the pencil and paper. You're gonna pick up the dynamite. You're gonna pick up the more matches. And you want to interact with the books, so you have the information. Some like letters or something that you have to copy. And to go back through here so you don't hit the triggers and you don't spawn the enemies, I go ahead and I select the dynamite that you're gonna have to use. You want to hop back up in here and basically just do this again. Just go back through. Okay, and I missed that jump. It's not really. It doesn't really matter. You can hop up right here. This is the other spot that I was talking about, because you're gonna come this way anyway. And you hop straight across while strafing. There's like that little hill that you see, and you can hop straight across. And this hole in the wall is where you have to look at it, and then you can interact with it and place the dynamite. I'm gonna save here just in case I mess this up, because this is a kind of funky part. You select the matches, and you have to be a certain okay, so it's timed, and you have to be a certain distance away, and it will instantly kill you if it blows up and you're standing near it. So you have to be a certain distance away, have your inventory open, and then wait. And if you're not the perfect distance away and you're just sitting there waiting, you open up your inventory and then it just fucking explodes and kills you. So I'm gonna see. I had a spot in this corner that seemed to work. So I'm gonna see if it'll work again. You come all the way up here to like right here where you're almost off of this, and then open up your inventory. It fucking worked. Okay, cool. Open up your inventory so you don't die. If you don't have your inventory open, it'll just kill you. So this opens up, and you want to have while that's going on, while you're waiting on it, you want to select the pencil and paper, but you want to do it quickly in case it's blowing up as you're selecting it. So you want to like select it and open up the inventory so you don't die. So you come through here. And this is the area where the pickaxe is needed. The pickaxe that you picked up earlier, but you can just skip using the pickaxe. There's some items and some lore and some notes and shit over there, but you can skip all of that. Come through here. There's more dynamite that you can pick up if you want it. You jump up on this altar, and then you hop up on top of these rocks. And you can actually just hop up on the rocks. You don't have to jump off the altar. And you're gonna see you can walk into the wall here. You want to have the paper selected, but you don't want to walk too far to where you fall. You just want to walk until essentially Yeah, until you get that little like drop off, like that. I think you can even interact with it before that, but you want to crouch, just kind of spam crouch until you see you'll see an eyeball appear right there. So you're gonna spam crouch. You can't interact with objects if you are crouched. Like it just won't let you if you're crouched all the way normally.
Nie rozumiem symboli
Fuck, I'm just
Spróbuję je
everything I say
skopiować,
tonight is
a
just
potem
no
poszukam
fucking
książki, która
untrue.
pomoże
Normally,
mi
normally
zobaczyć.
you can't really crouch and pick up items, but that one you want to kind of like spam crouch so you can get in range of it. And all you have to do is get these notes from the cave. But you have to crouch and you look at the object and then you interact with it with the paper, so you get this note. And while you're running back here before you leave, you select that piece of paper. And for whatever reason, the cave sometimes I don't know if it's just when enemies are there or what, but the cave will blow up again. Like you'll see it blow up for a second time. I don't know what that's about, but it didn't happen here. Um, if you jump straight down, I'm pretty sure even at full HP you will die. You might live with with like very low HP, but if you're missing any, it's pretty much an instant death. So you want to land back on that area that I jumped up earlier. So you just want to strafe across and land here. Landing here means 0 damage. Landing here means death, essentially. So land there, and then it doesn't matter at this point about the triggers because you're not coming back to this area, so it doesn't matter if the enemies spawn. So you can just come through here, and you get this trigger where the rocks fall. They actually didn't. Okay. Normally that cutscene that you just saw, there's a bunch of rocks that fall and like, block your path, but that time they just didn't show it. All kinds of new shit's happening tonight. It's crazy. You're gonna come back in this house and you're gonna use the notes that you got from the cave on the book. And he's like, okay, alright, let's see. And then you interact with the medallion. This is finally we're using the necklace, right? Oh, the rocks didn't spawn, so this invisible wall still here. This is so much new stuff is happening tonight. It's great. Okay, so if the rocks don't fall, then this invisible wall is still in your way, right? You can't get past it. So you want to hop back up here, hop up like just like you came in, and you just want to hop across. Essentially, right here. I mean, you're out of the invisible wall, right? So you come through here. Rocks spawned on the other side. That's crazy. Okay. Alright, well I guess we get to quickly see all of this again. Like I say, so much new stuff is happening tonight. It's wild. But I guess it's great it's happening with this, so we can kind of go through it. Alright. So you blow open the wall, come in here, get the notes.
Nie rozumiem symboli starożytnych cywilizacji, ale co że muszę to przetłumaczyć. Przeoczenie tych runów było powodem końcowego
I'm legitimately
niepowodzenia
not even
planu.
sure how I did that one. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know how I blew myself. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Alright, third time. We got this. Got this. This is so much easier, by the way, without the enemies here. Like, getting that is pretty key to this area because it gets really laggy. I mean, it's manageable, you can do it, but it's just, it's rough.
Niech spróbuję je skopiować, a potem poszukam książki, która pomoże mi je przetłumaczyć.
As soon as you see the dialogue, I can try to copy them. You know you have the notes and you can actually leave the cave. So that's one thing to know. I'm gonna save here. So we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over again. Like I said, I've never seen some of this stuff happen before, like the rocks not falling, and apparently now this spot gives you damage. See, things sometimes just don't make sense in this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop back across this way. I don't know. Or, apparently I'm not. So we're gonna see the cutscene, and the rocks aren't gonna fall again. So I'm gonna have to be careful of that. I don't know. I think I can just walk across this the entire way this time, and it'd be okay. But come in here, get that dialogue that lets you know how to destroy the medallion now. So I'm gonna interact with the medallion, have it selected, and I'm gonna save. So I'm gonna have to keep going through all this. So you just want to walk across this the entire way to skip all those cutscenes, skip the enemies, skip the rocks, skip everything. And you're gonna interact with the saw while you have the medallion, and that's gonna upset Mr. Brown very much. He's gonna be very angry about it. And then we're actually gonna go fight him. He's the last boss. After that, all we have to do is just get through the church cathedral really quick. He's a very easy boss. Like after all of this is kind of crazy. Like he's the big bad guy, but you just spam dynamite at him and kill him. You break his AI by standing on a rail and then spam dynamite. So he hasn't actually spawned yet. What I like to do as soon as I get in this area, I heal if you need to, and then I select my dynamite, and then I save. And what you want to do as soon as you get like either in the middle or at the stairs on the other side, because this is that spot with the dead girl and the hairpin and those like nurses and stuff that spawn. Maybe it's just time. Either way, he doesn't spawn immediately, so I'm gonna reload the save. He doesn't spawn immediately, so what you want to do is you want to come across here, jump up, and then he's spawning there. And if you get to this rail as he's spawning, he's never gonna move from that spot. So as soon as you jump up here, you can literally just spam dynamite at him. So he dies, and then you're gonna get a cutscene, and you can just end the interview or end the conversation. This one's not an interview. And that is Dr. Brown. And now we're on the last level of the game. For some reason, the last level of the game gives you a weird FOV shift, makes it look really wonky, and the game's extremely laggy in this area. Like I don't know why, it just is. I guess it's because all of the enemies, because there's enemies spawned everywhere, like even in the tower. There's a hammer spawned behind this bench. You have to pick up the hammer, and then you interact with this dead guy, and you pick up a half of a key. There's some ammo and some other stuff there, but none of that's needed. You come around here, and as soon as you get around this this corner here, doors are gonna be open. There's gonna be another dead guy slumped over here. Which is gonna give you the other half of the key. You interact with the key, and it'll take a second, and it'll make the whole key. And then when you get over here, you use the key on the door to go in. A big enemy is going to spawn. There's going to be a statue of Jesus here that you have to pick up. And I like to go ahead and select the statue of Jesus because you're going to have to use it at the top of the stairs. You go in here, and there's going to be a second statue of Jesus you pick up. And then you want to just go to the top of the stairs. There's more items and health and different stuff. And there's going to be another zombie that spawns here on this level. You can see it's starting to get a lot laggy here. You get to the top of the stairs, and you're going to use both statues of Jesus. You're going to use one here, and it takes a second for it to place it and take it out of your inventory, so you can use it. As soon as you get the dialogue, you can go ahead and swap to the next statue of Jesus. Use it on this side, and then select the hammer while that is placing, which will open these doors. Then you come through, and there's 3 bells. I don't know what that bell does, but that bell spawns a big bad enemy. Isn't great. This bell ends the game though. So you interact with the bell, you look at it, and then you use the hammer on it. And that is the end of the game. That is it. You wake up. And if you're watching this, I guess it spools the end of the game, but still, it's a good game. It's a good story. It gives you a nice little twist at the end. you're just fucking crazy. Doctor's evil. Everything was a lie. But yeah, that is
Koleżanki i
that's
koledzy.
Bloodline.
Widzieliście
So far,
to
I think
na
my
własne
PB is like
oczy.
40 minutes. So
Analiza stanu
it's right around a
umysłu
40-minute
pacjenta
game,
w
40-minute
trakcie
run.
głębokiej hipnozy
Unless anything else is
powoduje,
found after this,
że
obviously.
jest
But
to
as of right now, I'm making
beznadziejny
this. It's
przypadek.
about
Jego
40 minutes.
schizofrenia osiągnęła punkt krytyczny. Jak mogliście Państwo zauważyć, pacjent Jim Card upersonifikował swojego terapeutę jako największe zło, próbujące pozbawić go życia. Czy to Pana nie zaskakuje, Panie kolego? Kolego, doktorze Brown,
Czy mnie
After this
zaskakuje?
cutscene
Nie,
ends, the
tego bym nie
game
powiedział.
just closes
To tylko
itself.
nieszczęśliwy człowiek. Młody
So I guess I'll
prawnik,
give a
którego
couple of little
zdrowie
things.
psychiczne
There's
zostało zniszczone
with the
przez
loading
pracę.
screens. I don't know. I
W moim
forgot to
ośrodku
mention this
pełno
too.
jest takich beznadziejnych przypadków. Teraz pacjentowi zostanie
There's a thing you have to do with the
podane
files and all of the stuff we have it posted in our Discord and IHS. Or you can DM me with whatever. But we have the different files that you need to make the loads a lot shorter, because if you use the game just straight out of the straight out of install, it has just horrible loading times. But yeah, we have the English patch, the different files. We have all of that posted in our Discord. So yeah, this was Bloodline.